started as a standard. Okay, so that's like right now we have a browser coming out, and I think Mike's going to shoot a video on the browser and put it out. On Monday, I think. Like, the browser's insane. But before that, you have to understand, like, Mikey, when we first got together, the first time we actually got everybody together, the Morpheus crew, David and the Morpheus crews were honestly the ones that got everyone together. So shout out to Morpheus, specifically David. The guy's the man. He got everybody together. I think there was 50 people. That's it, in Austin.
Right.
Trying to figure out if there's a way for AI to be run locally and decentralized. 50 people. That's it. So this was 2.5 years ago. So that's where it started. And the first thing you need to have is you have to have standards, which is not a sexy thing. Right. Because we need to have standards. It's almost like, so Mike wrote a white paper. It's about mind, body, and soul, and they all have to be composable. So that in essence, it's all done in a permissionless way. I don't have to get my email. I literally log with a wallet. It remembers memory and all this shit. So the first 2 years was us just trying to get everybody to agree to standards. Right. So if you said, what is Think? I'd be like, well, it's called the Think standard, which means that now my agents can talk to your agents in a permissionless way where you don't have to dox and blah, blah, blah. And it can run locally. Now, how do we dramatize that standard? Well, we launched your ability to have your own agent, right? Called the Think agent. And there's 2,022 of them. And that's kind of like your account, your user account. So we launched that. And now we're about to launch the browser. So imagine a browser almost like Chrome. Well, it's literally built on Chromium. So it literally is on your desktop. It's fully agentic. All of the AI you use inside that browser is being run locally on your computer. So the inference, like the thinking part, is happening on your device. The data never leaves. But imagine now that you're in a browser, all of a sudden you can take your agent and you can plug them into the other side. You can plug them into Render. You can plug them into wherever you can go on the internet. Your agent can now participate and do everything it wants to do, except now it's running locally and privately on your computer. We have a vision where you're going to be able to run that mobily as well, where it almost sets up a connection point between your desktop and your phone. So it's literally, instead of calling OpenAI, it's literally calling back to your computer. So it's all happening locally and privately. Now, in essence, we're building a new internet because everything you use on a normal basis right now needs to become agentic, right? And so the cool thing about the browser is all these agents that people are building. We have a bunch of people building one-off agents for specific things. We even have a member of the community who's building an agent for RSVP into his wedding, stuff like that.
Tom and I are building Magic Mirror right now.
There you go, Magic Mirror, right? So Magic Mirror will natively plug directly into our browser. And so Mikey can put up Magic Mirror and say, hey, if you want to use this agent to help you get your core messaging together for your business, you can buy it in our app store and they can buy it with Think tokens. And you guys get to monetize the agent you built. Because when you're building these agents, here's something I'm noticing is almost everybody that's building agents, they're just duplicating themselves in some form or the other. They're taking their genius and they're finding a way, which is cool because you're almost you're monetizing yourself before somebody else does, in essence, right? So the standards led to the browser. The browser now allows you to build your own agents and plug in and monetize them if you'd like. Now, that's just like the AI side of it. We also know that we need to have a bunch of people come in and contribute to this browser and add a ton of agents so that it can do all these crazy new things like play video games and blah, blah, blah. So we started an incubator where we're helping people build out their agents, help them raise money, help them take their companies, in essence, to market. And in exchange, they're going to be giving tokens from the companies they're building back to our community, so that two things are happening. You can use your agent as your agent, in essence, your user account, but your agent, just by existing, if you're one of the 2022, every time one of these new companies start, a portion, it's for instance, Wind tokens, 3% of the entire token supply is going to be going just back to those 2022 people, because we helped them start their company in exchange for those tokens coming back to our community. So two things are happening. We're building out the standards. We're building out the way for you to use your agent. But at the same time, all these new applications are going to keep getting added to the browser. You're going to get those tokens automatically dropped into your wallet. If you were one of our early supporters. And what's cool about that is it's really cool for the companies we're incubating, because all of a sudden now people are like, hey, what's this new company? I just got their token. What can I use these tokens for? And because they're tokens, you could either speculate on them or you can hold them and use them or whatever. Right? Like the Clippy app that Jordan's making. So for instance, you'll look at your wallet one day and you'll be like, oh, I just got a bunch of these tokens. Well, you can use them for editing, or Mikey G wants more, so he wants to buy them from you, or literally it's whatever. And so that's what we're doing, is we're trying to tokenize all the tools that we use every day so that you can run them locally and privately. And like literally we have no idea what you're doing. Nobody does. Because I think, again, we don't want to put our hand on the scale. We don't want to enforce anybody's ideology. We want to make open source to, oh, by the way, everything we're doing is also open source. So even if somebody looks at the browser and they're like, this is cool, but I think it'd be cooler if I did this, it's like, you should fork it.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is because the standards are built in, our agents will be able to follow you into that area too.
And this is one of the things I was realizing, I hopped into the Elysium Builder